Hi all, this architectural thesis project is done by Marian Zaba from MES College of Architecture. The project is Psychiatric Healing and Rehabilitation Center. Let's start with the introduction to the project. Mental illness is more prevalent than most other diseases and affects thousands of people who either does not have an idea or were diagnosed but does not do something about it. This is why mental health treatment centers are important. They are an essential part of society as they help promote the mental wellness of those who suffer from mental disorders, addiction, and co occurring disorders. Now, let's see how India perceives the mental health. In conclusion, the mental health centers are needed in the country as well as in the state. These are all the architectural illustrations of the mental disorders, starting from anxiety, schizophrenia, dementia, bipolar, depression, and eating disorders. Now let's start with the concept of the project. It is a replacement to the older lunatic asylums. The trends used in the mental health designs are creating a non-institutional treatment environment, maximizing therapeutic opportunities, use of technologies. The sources from the World Health Organization, Psychiatric Services and Architectural Book. The live case study projects that I have done focuses attention on the various aspects of the hospital environment such as light, color and creation of spaces, which is very different from the old lunatic asylum concept. In some of the case studies, there are many recreational spaces and the patient's comfortable living conditions was very high in them. The public spaces, the private spaces and the semi-public spaces was very confined in the case studies, which are very essential factors in designing a mental health center. The project site is in Wayanad, Kerala, which is of 12.4 acres of land. Site context. Talking about the site context, site is in the middle of vacant farmlands and there is a residence nearby. Talking about the climate, Wayanad experiences a typical tropical monsoon climate. Talking about the slope analysis of the site, the slope is less than 10%. Zoning factors. Circular movement in the site, layering up of the buildings in the site, the concentric concept of the building block placements, the spreading up of the building blocks, and the layout. Patients are given different spaces according to their mental health statuses, whether it is seriously ill or less disturbed patients. That is, they are grouped into the different wards according to their mental health statuses. The exterior architecture serves as the first introduction to the facility for patients, their families, and other visitors. As such, it helps to create initial expectations about the facility and the care provided therein. This is the ward blocks separating the seriously ill and the less disturbed patients. The single-storied buildings are provided by considering the risk measures and the fear of the patients. This shows the design program of the emergency block from a single structure to separating the visitor spaces and critical areas and providing green spaces. This shows the placement of the building blocks in the site. The yellow color shows the emergency block, the orange color shows the OPD, the pink color shows the wards, and the blue color shows the gathering spaces. Now let's start with the master plan. This is the whole site and north is towards in this direction. There are two entrances to the site, 19 and 20, where the 19 is the main entrance and 20 is the service entrance. As the user enters, there are two parking lots on either sides. It goes to a roundabout where there are two drop-offs. The first block is the emergency and observation block and third block is the OPD department. So when an acute patient comes, he will be directed towards the emergency block. And when a chronic patient comes, will be directed towards the OPD department, and the daily visitors can also drop off at the OPD department. Now I will explain what are the blocks. The first one is the emergency plus observation block. The second one is the cafeteria and gathering block. Third one is the OPD block. Fourth one is the geriatric ward block. Fifth one is for the less disturbed male ward block. Sixth one is the less disturbed female ward block. Seventh one is the special ward block. Eighth one is the highly disturbed female ward block. Ninth one is the highly disturbed male ward block. The 10th one is the de-addiction block. Now 11 and 12 are the gathering space and the meditation space. 13th is the amphitheater. The 15th is the individual cottages. The 16th and 17th are the service blocks. And the 18 are the family cottages and the employee cottages. Patients are displaced in different building blocks according to their mental health statuses. That is, the less disturbed are more closer toward the OPD department, and the more disturbed or the seriously ill patients are away from the OPD department or the visitors area, view from in front of the OPD department. Now, let's move towards the planning section. I will start with the emergency and observation block. So, when an acute patient enters, he will be directed either towards the critical section or to the consultation room if he or she is in a condition to talk to the staffs or the doctors. These two are the green courtyards, and now let's move towards the rooms. The first one is administration, the second one is the staff room, third the washroom for male, and fourth for the washroom for female. Fifth one is the surveillance and service room. Now let's move towards the critical section. Seventh one is seclusion room. Eighth and ninth are the treatment rooms. The patients will not be directly admitted towards the other ward blocks. Firstly, they will be observed in this section for 3 to 4 days. If an acute patient comes in the consultation room, sometimes he may behave abnormally from there. This consultation room is designed in such a manner that the patients will not feel that they are in an enclosed room. There is green space here and green nature outside. Thirteenth and 14th are staff's rooms and the minor treatment rooms, and 15th one is the observation room. The openings are given as such as the window openings and the curtain walls in front of it. Now let's see the planning of the ward blocks. This is the entry. This is the nursing station. This is the service room. This is the canteen and kitchen. 5th and 6th is the bed area, and 4th and 7th is their washroom. These two are their washrooms. 8th is the service room, and 9th one is the recreational room. And in the middle there is a small gathering space. The less disturbed ward is also likely to the highly disturbed ward, where it is having less area. This is the cutout from the master plan showing the distribution of ward blocks where there is no direct connections. As I go deep into the planning, it is going more towards the healing spaces. Now I will explain the planning of the outpatient department. Here is the entrance, then comes the reception. In the outpatient department, patients come along with their families, and for the patients it will be a section of 3 to 4 hours. So their family have to wait there for long hours. So a beautiful waiting area is given to them with a view to the green spaces, to the outside as well as the inside. This is the administration, this is the staff room, this is the rest plus prayer room for ladies, this is the prayer room for gents, this is the consultation rooms, this is the washroom for male, and this is the washroom for female. These consultation rooms are also designed in such a manner that a patient will not feel more enclosed. 7 and 14 are the service rooms, the 12 and 13 are the lab and pharmacies. Now I will explain the planning of the cafeteria and canteen block. This is the cafeteria and canteen, this is the kitchen and service, and this is the gathering space where the daily visiting patients can have a social interaction. And in front of them there is a small recreational space. This is the section cutting through the canteen block. This is the gathering space, and in front of them there is a small recreational space. This is the section cutting through the outpatient department, that is cutting here. There are 2 green spaces, and here comes the waiting area. This is a view to the waiting area, which is from here, showing the healing factors. This is the view showing the recreational space between the ward blocks. These are the views which shows the healing interiors with light and shadows. This is the plan of the gathering space. A view showing in front of the canteen block. This is the elevation to the ward block. Talking about the landscape, trees and plants are placed in between the blocks so that they have beautiful views, which also leads to the patient's fast recovery. This is a section cutting through the outpatient department block where there are 2 green spaces, and this shows the waiting area. This is an elevation to the emergency block. These views shows the healing landscape spaces. This is a bird's eye view to the site. Talking about the design development concept analysis, the patients living in the center should not feel that they are living in a psychiatric center. So the design is done to feel so. The roof looks like a folded plate structure with a bring string effect. It is the pre-rusted steel pyramids protrude down from the ceiling. It is the triangular pieces of weathering steel. The ceiling is anticipated to provide both an insulation effect and an emissive effect. The facets are fitted into the irregular grid structure to create a range of small and large pyramidal forms which are intended to give the impression of floating terrain. The space is composed through means of dynamic rhythmic grid, and its corresponding surfaces that appear like overturned pyramidal roofs are poised in a hovering fashion. While the flat floor secures a sense of universality, the ceiling alters the atmosphere and comfort for each respective area. Here is a sectional view. This is the service plan which shows the service block and substations and the connections. Other main service in this mental health center is the risk reductive security systems. These are the views which shows the healing spaces. The healing factors here are the surrounding environment, the daylight, the nature, the views, and the access. This is all about the project, and thank you.